Hey everybody, Will Fix here. Hopefully your beacon of positivity in the crypto sphere. Get ready for a dose of hope, some insightful info, and all things bullish on XRP and the future of crypto. I hope this will be entertaining as well as informative, and I hope you enjoy it. So here we go. I thought it would be valuable today to go over an interview that was on Fox with Brad Garlinghouse, and it was pretty insightful and in-depth. If you slow down and listen to it, the impact that they expect to make on the world is ginormous. So let's take a look at that. I may pause it while it's on to just make a comment, but let's check it out.
This morning. Joining right now exclusively is the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. Brad, it's great to see you.
Great to see you again.
Thank you so much for being here. First, assess where we are in this market, because crypto is up huge in just the last couple of weeks, right?
Well, it's been up. It came down a little bit this past weekend, but I think if you step back here over the last 6 months, Bitcoin's up about 250%. I think you're going to continue to see tailwinds, partly because of the ETFs that have been approved, which you and I spoke about in Davos, but also the upcoming halving, which is imminent.
Yeah, it's a great point. The ETF introduction really broadened out the market in terms of potential users, I think, and people wanted to get in on it, so they bought an ETF to do so. But you recently predicted that the crypto market will double in size to $5 trillion by the end of 2024. That is a big prediction just by the end of this year.
Yeah, I don't even feel like it's that big a prediction when you step back. And, you know, like any market, this is driven by supply and demand. You have decreasing supply for a whole bunch of reasons, the halving of Bitcoin being an important one. You have an increasing demand, the ETF being a key part of that. And I think it's also people realizing that crypto plays a role as an asset. You know, it's a $2.5 trillion market. Maybe it's a little less than that now. But so it's basically just predicting it's going to double by the end of the year. And if anything, I think I probably under-predicted that.
I feel like Washington is still trying to understand this market, and the people writing the legislation or potential legislation here to put barriers and around this market, I don't know that they really understand the strength and the growth story here. But you think putting regulation around this, putting barriers in place, is going to be a positive for this market?
There is no question. I mean, one of the headwinds that has held back the market, the largest economy in the world, the United States, has been one of the most problematic for the crypto market. Innovation, entrepreneurs, and capital have flown into markets that have actually constructively engaged this market. So Dubai, Singapore, even the UK, the EU has passed legislative progress here. The U.S. has really been behind the 8 ball. This administration, I think, has taken a pretty anti-crypto stance, led by the SEC. Gary Gensler, as the chair, has really taken...
Because he doesn't understand it.
I think there's...
Well, maybe he does, and the people working for him don't.
It's not clear to me. I mean, clearly, I think you have politicians, and I would frankly call out Elizabeth Warren goes out and says the only people using crypto are, you know, bad actors. It's just not true. And the U.S. should have a pro-innovation, pro-compliance policy. This is good for, you know, in terms of growing jobs, high-paying jobs, growing the economy. And I think you're seeing, you know, people go out and just, you know, talking points around anti-crypto that it doesn't even make sense. This shouldn't even be a partisan issue. This is about growing our economy. Yeah. This is about leading the next wave of innovation. I was around in Silicon Valley when the internet was booming, massive amount of value creation, massive amount of job creation. The blockchain and crypto space is here to stay, and I think that's become clearer and clearer. But the U.S. government needs to embrace that and put those clear rules around it so that all participants can play and grow.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned all of those countries, because that's also an opportunity for you, obviously, at Ripple. I want to get your take on that, because you recently announced Ripple is launching a U.S. dollar-backed stablecoin later this year. You say this bridges the gap between traditional finance and cryptocurrency. Tell us how that will play out, why it's valuable, and give us the growth story for Ripple. Where does growth come from at your company in the coming 3 years?
So to start on that last piece, Ripple, about over 95% of our customers are non-U.S. financial institutions.
All right, that deserves a comment. Over 95% of our customers are non-U.S. Okay, our concept is that we're all the money. but 95% of their customers are the rest of the world. This, to me, hits in the head that the SEC is holding some back, but not everything back. I think we're wide open for mass adoption, which I believe, and have put a couple videos out, it's already started. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Santander, you got many banks, HSBC. I can't remember how many of the top banks, can't mention them right now, and institutions that are poised, ready, and have actually somewhat started using Ripple Network and XRP. And we're right here, right at the beginning of when it's really mass adoption is going to take place. But 95% of their customers aren't even in the U.S.
We sell payment solutions, we sell custody solutions around blockchain and crypto. We're going to keep expanding, even though the U.S. market, as we were talking about earlier, partly from a regulatory point of view, has been slow to adopt. The non-U.S. market has been really, really strong for us. And you're
going to be the infrastructure around all of that.
That is our goal. And we think that opportunity is huge. We think that's going to be great for Ripple. We think it's going to be great for XRP, which is...
I mean, come on, the infrastructure for all of that. That's for Earth. Let's keep going.
The digital asset we use. So I'm very, very optimistic about that. I just think that the U.S. needs to figure it out.
And the stablecoin?
Oh, the stablecoin. So like Ripple has always been about how do we bridge this new world with a traditional kind of, people call it TradFi, traditional finance. And Ripple has always been that bridge. We started around payments and we sell into banks. A stablecoin, the demand for stablecoins has exceeded, I think, what people thought. It's a $150 billion asset class right now. Some forecast it to be over 2-3 trillion in a few years. The players in that space, particularly one called Tether, is a non-US based entity. And the US, frankly, is kind of going after that because they want this to be regulated. Just yesterday, there's a new bill introduced in the Senate to create some stablecoin legislation, which I think is a positive step of like, hey, finally we might get some forward momentum there. But I think that market's going to grow a lot. I think a US-based...
Yeah, it's going to grow a lot. They're going to take over Tether. Tether is the largest. XRP is poised to take over it. They're going to be, first of all, they're coupling with trust companies, which operate different than banks, which is what the new regulations desire. They also will be more transparent. They're talking about quarterly transparent reporting. They're going to replace Tether. I mean, that's going to happen. The whole world is going to want that over USDT. And it's going to be real interesting to watch this take place. Now, that turns the lights on in a lot of places for XRP. You know, if you have one product, there people are going to like other products. This is going to be pretty amazing as a stable coin. Another thing that is a head scratcher for me. What would be the difference between a stable coin and a CBDC? A stable coin is not as it wouldn't be programmable, would it? It would be a better answer than a CBDC as far as the dollar is concerned, because it would still be a form of the dollar in respect to what its value and reference as the world reference is. And the CBDC looks weaker to me because if it's programmable, people aren't going to like that. So I'm wondering, this is just me scratching my head going, wow, I wonder if a stable coin could end up being a replacement for a US-based CBDC. It would be a smarter answer, I think. Tell me what you think in the comments about that, and let's continue to listen.
Player who is compliance first has a great role to play.
It's a great story to tell. Brad, thank you so much for being here.
It's good to see you.
Great to see you.
Oh, that was the end of it. So there we go. Sorry about that. Anyway, I found that to be very interesting. Just wanted to share it with you. Oops.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Sorry about that. So there you have it. That's my video for today. By the way, if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to deliver hope. Yes, I do believe in XRP and Ripple. So yes, I'm going to focus on what is I believe, the future, and I'm not going to FUD out on you. You guys, please like and subscribe. Have a good day.